Good morning. It is time for just a word from the Word. Happy Thursday. Our passage comes from Matthew chapter 6, verse 12. Jesus taught us to pray, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. You know, it's easy to come to the Lord and say, "Oh God, I've messed up, forgive me." But what about that little bitty phrase, "as we forgive"? That's where you and I need to check our hearts. Lord, is there any unforgiveness in my heart? God, is there anyone against whom I am holding a grudge? Am I hanging on to offense? Lord, I need you to forgive me, but I need to forgive them as well. Jesus taught us to pray, "Forgive us as we forgive." That's kind of crazy thought, isn't it? But do you remember the teaching where Jesus said, if you have a gift and you bring it to the altar, but you know that you have offense towards somebody, what did he say? He said to leave your gift at the altar, go make it right, then you can come back and finish giving your gift. Why? God not only wants us to have a good relationship with Him, but He wants us to have a good relationship, as much as is possible, with others. Forgive others so that our hearts are clean, so He can forgive us. Now, does forgiving let the other person off the hook? No. I mean, they're still responsible. The responsibility of the sin or the offense doesn't change when we say we forgive. What if they never ask us for forgiveness? We're not told that that's a prerequisite for us to forgive. I'll never forget somebody I had offended. I had done wrong, and so I went to them and apologized and acknowledged my wrongdoing. And their response was, "Well, now I have to forgive you because you asked." And while I understand where they were coming from, because I've been there too, and you probably have too, if we're honest, that should have been forgiven whether I asked for forgiveness or not. You and I need to be willing to not hold a grudge against somebody because they've harmed us. Does it hurt? Absolutely. But we ought not to hold resentment against those that have harmed us. Because that level of unforgiveness just breeds bitterness. And that just adds to our sin. We can ask God to forgive us. But today's just a word from the Word. We need to be humble enough to go to somebody and say, "Forgive me." That way our relationships vertically are right, and then our relationship horizontally with the Lord is right. Did you catch that? Vertical relationship, horizontal relationship. That's the crux of the cross. Having those relationships in right order. Today's just a word from the Word. Have a forgiving heart. Be humble enough to ask for forgiveness. Forgive others that have offended you. Then when you can go before the Lord, our hearts can be cleansed because God is faithful. He's faithful. But we also need to be willing to forgive just as he forgave us. This has been Just a Word from the Word. God bless you. Have a beautiful day, and Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow.